Welcome back to La Petite Pause, your little break in the day. The title of today's story is The Albino Child, Mboya, Child of the Moon. The story today is about a child born different, skin pale as the moon, in a land of sun and red earth. Let's begin. The village lay between rolling hills, where the red earth baked under the bright Cameroonian sun. One morning, the cry of a newborn echoed from a small hut. The midwife lifted the child and gasped. His skin was pale as milk, his hair like spun gold. The women around stared. An albino, one whispered. What does it mean? The baby's parents looked down at him with love, naming him Mboya. But outside their hut, the village murmured. Some adults muttered, he is a bad omen. Children pointed and laughed. Ghost boy, moonskin. And though his parents defended him and consistently reminded him that he was loved and special and unique, the whispered followed wherever he went. Mboya grew quiet. He often kept to himself, sleeping away from the noise of the village. Instead, he wandered into the forest. There, the sun could not harm him under the tall trees. The birds sang to him without judgment. The streams cooled his hands, and the wind brushed his skin gently. Nature, he realized, did not seem as strange. It welcomed him. He learned the forest secrets, the way ants carried leaves like banners, the way vines curl toward light, the plants that ease cuts when pressed against the skin. He noticed things others were too busy to see. But still, in the village, he was an outcast. He carried the weight of loneliness every day. Then came the season of sickness. It began with coughing. Soon, fever spread, and even the strongest elders grew weak. The healer tried every herb she knew, boiling roots, crushing leaves, whispering prayers. Still, the illness spread from hut to hut, parent to parent, child to child, even the babies. Fear started to fill the air. The people whispered of curses. Mothers cried. Fathers sat helplessly at their doorways. Mboya remembered something from his walks in the forest. Deep in the hills, he had once seen a flower that only opened at night. Its petals glowed faintly, pale and silver, like moonlight itself, like him. The healer had mentioned it to him before, saying, it is rare but powerful. It cools even the fiercest fever. That night, while the village lay restless, Mboya set out. Under the moon, his pale skin gleamed, as if the night itself was guiding him. He walked deeper and deeper into the forest, past the places that other people were scared to go to. At last, In a hidden clearing, he saw them. Dozens of silver flowers glowing softly in the dark. They looked like stars fallen to the earth. Mboya knelt beside them, gathered the petals carefully, and said a prayer of gratitude to the earth. And then he carried the petals back with him. At dawn, he placed them in the healer's hands, and she crushed the petals into water and gave it to the sick. She asked him, "Where did you get this, Mboya?" Mboya looked down shyly. Slowly, the fever started to ease, the coughs softened, and children were able to open their eyes. Elders drew strong breaths again. The village was saved. When people asked who had found the recipe or what was the key to their healing, the healer said it was a rare flower. And when the people asked who had found these rare flowers, the healer pointed to Mboya. For the first time, all eyes turned to him, not with suspicion, but with awe. The elder walked toward the room. He walked towards Mboya and took his hand and said, "We feared what we did not understand, but the moon gave us a gift, and that gift is you. Mboya, we are sorry. We love you." From that day, Mboya was no longer mocked. The people called him Moon Child. On nights of the full moon, families would sit outside, watching the silver light and tell the story of Mboya. What sets you apart one day may be what saves us all, they will always say. Merci for listening to that petite pause. I hope you enjoyed this little story. Thank you for sharing this little break with me, and I will see you in the next story. Bye.